Hi everyone, thanks for watching this video. This video is about a custom crossover pack that I've made to be played with DC Deckbuilding game. So disclaimer alert, this crossover pack has not been test played before. So if after watching this video you are interested in playing this crossover pack, I have enclosed a link below for you all to download the cards and print out to play. Alright, without further ado, I'll explain this crossover pack is titled Batman No Man Land. Despite the title is No Man Land, the mechanic and keyword is actually based on the previous Batman storyline, Cataclysm. For some story background, Cataclysm is actually a story about Gotham being hit by a major earthquake, after which the government declared Gotham City is beyond repair and declare it no man land. So with that said, let's go on to the mechanic and the keyword that I've created for this crossover pack. So as you can see in the picture in the middle, there's the keyword buried, excavate and in ruins. So I'll show you example of what does all these keyword do. So this 3 card will represent the lineup of the main deck. Let me just flip them over. So the first one, stating buried, what you do is place 1 rubber token on any card in the lineup. This is buried. So the card that have a token on it is considered buried. A buried card will no longer be gained or bought normally. The only way to do it is to excavate. Excavate, simply said, is just the removing of the rubber token. After it's been removed, it will be a normal card that you can purchase. As for buried and excavate, how do you actually use this ability? As you can see, there are cards that I'll go on later to explain to you. You see, some card of the hero have excavate with a italic 1, meaning that you can remove 1 token, 1 of the rubber token from the card. So this is how you're going to excavate. And with Penguin, you can see that he have this special ability to actually buy any card that is under 1 rubber once when it's been played in your turn. Alright, let's go on to the third keyword, in rune. So it's saying that lineup slot render temporarily unusable by 3 rubber token. So that is to say, if a card is being buried with 3 rubber token, is considered to be in rune. And what happens when a card is being buried with 3 token and considered in rune is that this card will be destroyed and the lineup slot that is in rune will be temporarily rendered unusable, so you cannot replenish any new card into that lineup slot. So you need to use card with excavate function ability, to remove all these 3 rubber token. After it's been done, that's where you can replenish a card. With that being said, one thing to take note is when the slot is being ingrown, if any player manage to remove one token or two token, this slot is still considered ingrown, so no card can be replenished or placed there yet. So this will take care of all the explanation of the keywords and the action that can be taken for playing this crossover pack. The next thing we'll do will be going over the oversized superhero and supervillain card before we go into the main deck card. So in this pack, I've actually created 7 superhero and supervillain card. So let's go over their ability one by one. The first one will be Batgirl. As those who are familiar with the storyline, Batgirl, this incarnation of Batgirl is introduced in this storyline, and there's not only one person taking up this identity. So this Batgirl is actually, the initial Batgirl is actually identity taken up by the Huntress. Alright, so now we have the ability is once during each of your turn, if you bury 2 or more rubbles, draw 2 cards and then discard 1 card. This is pretty straightforward, but let me bring to your attention is about buried 2. So that's meaning that you need to bury, so meaning placing 2 rubber tokens on a card in order to access this special ability of Batgirl. So it can be done separately, like if you have 2 cards that can bury 1, so one by one you bury, then you can draw 2 cards, then discard 1 card. So why I'm saying this will be something that will be explained later when we go to the third card, third superhero card. Let's just put the penguin aside. Alright, Batgirl is done. Let's just put it here. So the next card, another superhero, another Batgirl. This Batgirl is Cassandra Cain. So as you can see, the wordings is actually the same, but this time round is not buried but is excavate 2. So in a way you can see that excavate is actually something like the opposite of bury. So same explanation as the previous card, nothing much to go through. Alright, this is the next card will be something that we need to talk about on the ability. Now we go to Huntress. +1 power each time you excavate. Meaning, this is to say, if you have card that you can excavate, like let me see. Alright, let's take these 2 cards as example. So I think we can only use Leslie Tompkins, excavate 1. Alright, so once you play Leslie, when you excavate 1, you can use Huntress ability to power to gain one more power to use to buy a card. If you have, let me see if we have anything else. Can we use Robin example? No. Need to find another one. Can we use Ezreal? Yes, great. That will be the card that I need to use to explain. Ezreal has the ability of +2 power, excavate 2. So if you play Ezreal, you can and combo it with Huntress ability. You can only draw 1. So that's different from the 2 bad girl, which is saying that if the previous 2 bad girl, if I'm using the previous bad girl ability, when I excavate 2, I'll be able to draw 2 cards and to use the ability to draw 2 cards and then discard 1 card. But however, when I use Huntress, Huntress is emphasizing every time when you excavate, and it's not about how many rubbles that you put. So if you play Ezreal, you can only +1 power. After which, if you play Leslie, you can plus another power. So playing Ezreal with Huntress doesn't give you +2 power. It only +1 power. This is to take note for the next few cards. Alright, Huntress is done. Who else we have next? Catwoman. Each time you excavate, draw a card. Same thing like the Huntress. And same with the example that I give with Ezreal. If you play Ezreal, you draw a card. If you play another card that can excavate, you can draw another card. So I'll just emphasize one more time. Ezreal, when combo with Catwoman, won't let you draw 2 cards. The next one we have is Ferak. It's a less known villain character of Batman. So as you can see, she's not Poison Ivy, nor is she She-Hulk, although she do look like She-Hulk with the green hair and the green skin. So same thing like the Huntress and Catwoman. When you bury, whenever you use bury, +1 power. So most of the card you can see is playing opposite to each other. What do we have? Alright, Harley Quinn. This will be something a bit crazy. It's also in character with Harley Quinn, as she's a nut job. When she buried, she'll contradict herself and excavate 1. Alright, do take note. Buried. This ability, when I say each time you bury, same thing if you buried 2, if you use a card that have buried 2 or buried 1, each time you use them, you can only excavate 1. So meaning that if you have used a buried 2 card, you will access the ability of Harley Quinn, but you can only excavate 1. I hope this is clear, the way I explain. Sorry, English is not my first language. The last card is a so-called my own fan-made promo. Oops, wrong button press. Cassandra Cain. Once during each of your turn, if you have a card with buried ability, review it, the ability become excavate. So this is in line with her first appearance character, as her father actually trained her to be an assassin, but she decided to take another path to be a hero with Batman. So alright, let me just show you all this thing. So if you draw a card like we have penguin, review it, and you can see that sorry, this is not a good example. I need another villain. Alright, look, this will be a good example. If you have lock up in your hand, +2 power and buried 2, so this will become, when combo with Cassandra Cain ability, lockout will become +2 power and the buried will become excavate 2. There's another interesting example that I want to show you all. Can I see is this Two-Face? Yes. Okay, this is actually based on Two-Face ability on this Atom Asylum upcoming core set, when which they need to flip a coin. So if we are using Cassandra Cain, we can actually skip the flip a coin thing, because whether is it head or tail will be excavate 1. Alright, so right now we are done with all the oversized character card. Let's go one by one with all the main lineup card. Since we already, all these cards have been flipped open, let's go with Two-Face. As you can see, one thing you all might take note that there's this green yellow line that actually state this is with all the main deck card that's in this custom crossover pack. Whenever you buy or gain this card, put a rubber token on a card in the lineup. That is to say, if you manage to pay all the costs, and you decide to take Two-Face, alright? So after I get Two-Face, put inside my discard pile, or this discard deck, I need to put a rubber token on any of the card that is still in the lineup. Yeah. But do take note, this action doesn't count as buried, so you cannot combo it with Batgirl. The Batgirl oversized character card that have the ability of each time you bury it, or with Farah that you gain 1 power, because this doesn't have the keyword buried. Despite the action taken, the effect is actually buried, but it's not word as buried, so this doesn't count. So do take note of this. Alright, we are done with Two-Face. Let's put it here. Azrael, +2 power and excavate 2. One more thing that you all need to take note, if you happen to play this card and there is only a card that has that's been buried, you can't excavate 2. The italic 2, my ruling is up to 2. So 0, oh, so it's up to 2. And you try your best to do what the ability asks of you. So if I can excavate 2, there's only 1, so I'll use the ability to remove 1, but I still gain the +2 power. One more thing to note is excavate 2 doesn't mean that if a card have 2 rubble, excavate 2, yes, you can remove 2. You can also use the ability in this way, which if there's 2 cards that has 1 rubble each, you can remove 2 in this manner. But do take note, the card that you play must so-called finish or resolve his ability fully. Meaning, if you play excavate 2 +2 power and you have enough power to pay for Nightwing, so when we remove 1, we paid the cost and we get Nightwing. So Nightwing requirement for you to follow up here, put a rubber token. You can no longer use Ezreal remaining 1 excavate to remove the token from Robin because the timing is already over. So this you need to take note. The sequence and the timing is quite crucial when playing which card to be played in which order. That we done Ezreal, Robin. So what do we have, little bird? Straightforward, +1 power, excavate 1. Nothing much to, it's self-explained. Nightwing, +1 power. You may buy or gain a card buried under 2 rubber once this turn. Under 2 rubber. Alright. So that is to say, meaning if there's a card that's been buried under 2 rubber, locked up, which have the cost of 5 to buy him. If you play Nightwing and you manage to get 5 power, you can use Nightwing's ability to get locked up. Alright, so this is sort of like going through the rubbers to get a card. So what happened here? The slot is now empty. At the end of the turn, replenish a new card. I put it under 2 rubber. We can take it that a hero or villain being saved by the trap under the rubbles. After being bought, he's been saved. but there are other characters still underneath it, underneath all this rubble waiting to be saved. So this is how you can see why you can actually see it as how when you remove and buy a character, buy a hero or villain, then you can replenish the the next one, the explanation. Alright, we are done with Nightwing. Let's go with all the hero and villain first. Dr. Leslie Tompkins. Excavate 1. Self-explain. Lock up. +2 power and buried 2. Same thing, you can bury 2 different cards in the lineup with 1 rubber token each, or bury 1 card with 2 rubber token. Hand Queen. +2 power. You may buy or gain a card buried under 1 rubber once this time. Same like Nightwing. Same ability, but this is under 1 rubber. Are we almost done? We still left with the main deck have 12 card, 4 card, 5 card. Superpower. Alright, superpower. Mechanical aptitude. +1 power. You may buy or gain a card buried 1 rubber once this turn. Same. A weaker penguin. That's it. Who's next? Superman. Surprised to see him in this crossover pack. Well, although this is a Batman story, Superman did turn up twice, and even Young Justice have their one shot during the No Man Land. +2 power, excavate 1 and bury 1. Fertile effort. Despite Superman being a powerful character, he is sort of being limited by the situation in Gotham. And what he did in the storyline, he have actually helped a mechanic to repower up a power plant. He is trying to do good, but in a way, good in the path to evil is paved with good intention. After the power plant is being restored, so the chief engineer actually became sort of like a ruler because he controlled the electricity of the power plant. So that is where Superman realized his mistake and leave it to Batman to handle the situation in in Gotham. So do take note, excavate 1 and bury 1. If you play Cassandra Cain, I almost say Cassandra Nova, this will become +2 power, excavate 1 and excavate 1, which is meaning excavate 2. If Cassandra Cain is to use this card, do take note, it will be we will not encounter the situation unless you play a team up, as it will become, I will consider this as, if you're playing team up, which I'm not too sure also because I do not have experience playing with team up. If you are playing this Cassandra Kane, and then if you are playing Cassandra Kane and his another identity, his bad guy identity as a team up card, you will be able to activate bad girl ability of excavate 2. No issue with that. Now this will be another thing that we need to take note. What if it's Huntress? Power +1 power each time you excavate. If based on this, if Huntress is to play team up with Cassandra, you are playing 2 character. My ruling will be this: +2 power, excavate 1 and excavate 1. So that means you actually excavate twice. So will be +2 power. As you excavate twice. This will be right now my ruling on this Fertile Effort superpower card if it's been used in team up, which I do not know if you all do play 2 cards or not. If you do let me know. If we are only playing 1 main character card, we will not encounter this situation. Are we reaching? Oh, we still have 3 more cards. What do we have next? Diving Gear. Defend. This is a defend card. You can review this card from hand to avoid an attack. Shall I explain? Another equipment, Mantle of the Bat. At this point, Batman have take back the costume from the Huntress and give it to Cassandra Kane. Alright, this another unique ability. +1 power, you may remove 3 rubber token from a lineup in Rune. Alright. Okay, let's use okay, this card is been placed. This card is in Rune. Alright. So it go into the discard pile. Sorry, destroy pile. You play your turn, you play Mantle of the Bat. Remove 3 rubber token from a lineup in Rune. Do take note, you can only remove 3 rubber token from this is very specific, a lineup slot that is in Rune. You cannot remove 3 rubber token from 3 individual cards that is being buried because they are not in Rune. Alright? And if one slot have already removed a rubber token, that slot is still considered in Rune. You can use this card ability, remove the remaining 2 rubber, then replenish a card. Which lead us to the last card in the main deck. Iceberg Lounge, the only location card in this custom crossover pack. This is an ongoing ability. When you first excavate on each of your turn, draw a card. Do take note one thing, since now we are talking about ongoing card. When you have card that have the ability to bury, you can bury only the lineup cards. But if you have any excavate card, you so this, do take note, your ongoing card can be buried, but not by other player. Later when I go into the Nemesis cards, you will know there's some card that can put robber token on player's ongoing card. If a player ongoing card have been placed 3 token, it will be destroyed. It's in rune and it will suffer the same fate as card that is in rune in the lineup. The card will be destroyed. But something different is, after the card is destroyed, the tokens, the rubber token will be removed, and there's nothing in rune anymore. You can play other ongoing card if you have. So do take note, if you have ongoing card that is being buried, at the end of the game, it will no longer be counted. The victory point will no longer be counted. So it become a dead weight. So try your best to use excavate to remove the token, the rubber token on your ongoing card if you have any been buried. Before we move on to the last segment of this video, you guys might have a question. So if buried is a hinder, buried seems to be like a hinder to the game, why should I play it? Sometimes you have no choice because it's due to the first appearance effect. But why do you want to get villain, or why do you want to have super villain character card that have buried ability? Here's why. You have the example, you manage to buy one card, but you are eyeballing another card you run, and you have run out of power to buy, but you still have buried to use. Buried too. Other player might not have enough excavate ability to remove or to override to buy this card. So you keep your finger crossed. When you reach your turn, you have enough excavate to remove them and gain access and buy the card. So buried in a way help you strategize how to block your foe. Imagine there's a powerful card, sorry, a powerful card that you do not want. Okay, imagine there's a powerful card that you do not want it to be in the hand of other player, but you do not have any ways to block it. Block other player to buy it. Maybe like it's only under one rubber. You manage to get locked up. So using his ability, you bury two and make this slot to be in room, and this powerful card that your foe or other player want to get will be destroyed. So that might disrupt their winning strategy. So this is how you're going to play this custom crossover pack. I think this video is quite long, and so I'll make a second part that will talk about the Nemesis part, the Nemesis stack. So in case there are players want to try out and don't want to be spoiled about what are the Nemesis they're facing, you can stop. You can finish watching this video and do not watch part 2 of the video talking about the Nemesis stack. When you start playing, and if you encounter any question about the ability that you gain after defeating the Nemesis, or the attack by the Nemesis first appearance attack, then you can refer back to the second part of the video. Alright, so see you guys in the next video. Bye.